with us Himanshu Arora from India. He is going to present his presentation. Himanshu, her co-founder Social Panga, Google Regional Trainer, Digital Vidya Lead Trainer, seasoned digital marketing professional with 14 years of experience in the industry, both as a leading digital consultant and as a digital marketing trainer. In his capacity as a digital marketing practitioner, he is a co-founder of one of India's fastest growing digital agencies, and he has worked with biggest of brands like 3M, RIL, Metrocash and Carry, Volvo, Hike, Canon, LinkedIn, Google, Facebook, Tata Motors, BL and more. In his experience as a digital marketing trainer, he has worked with 50 plus companies, helping them design and conduct innovative digital marketing workshops. Some of the brands he has worked with: Google, Facebook, Accenture, Fidelity, Bajaj, Auto, Wipro, Reliance, Genpact, Sony, Tata Motors, Canon, Aditya Birla, Kimberly, Clark, and more. And he conducted 200 plus trainings in last few years. So here we are with Himanshu Arora from India. So he is going to start his presentation. Arora, the time is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Cool. Thank you. Hey, welcome you all for this session for next half an hour, 45 minutes. I know you guys are attending a session from morning, but something like this is always exciting when I tell you that, hey, I can help you in terms of getting a traffic on your own website, and I make sure that you can even monetize that traffic, right? The topic of today's session is driving website traffic through my online activities. So let's start with something. Let's start with something known as poem, right? What do you mean by poem, right? Poem is something which we all know, but in digital terms, what does it all mean? So poem is basically paid media, owned media, and earned media, right? So poem, it means that there's something known as paid, so where we pay money to get traffic to our website, right? Own media is my own handles, own Twitter handle, Facebook handle, YouTube handle, Instagram, whatever it is. Earned is if somebody is writing about me, right? If somebody is sharing my content, right? It becomes an earned media. So wherever the traffic is coming from, right, on digital platform, it get categorized in either of three mediums: paid, owned, and earned. So how does paid matters? So paid could have multiple ways where I get traffic from. It could be Google, it could be social media, it could be through paid influencers, it could be through content promotion, whatever it is. But the fundamental is that if I pay X, I get Y traffic. If I pay 2X, I get 2Y traffic. So this is driven by a very simple fundamental. I pay more money, I pump in more money, I get more traffic, right? And obviously, running a paid campaign, a lot more other things which also matter in terms of what's the targeting I'm doing, what's the communication I'm putting it across, right? So that's something which defines the success or failure of my paid campaign. Own media is basically I own up that content. I make sure that all my website handles, all my Twitter handles, right? All my press releases, I control that, right? If I want to make sure that somebody listen X, I push X. If I want to make sure that somebody listen Y, I push Y, right? So unlike a lot of newspapers, this is my own website, right? If I wanted to brag about something which I've got recently as an award, I can do it through my own media. Obviously, I can't do the same through my own media. What is the difference between earn and own in that case? So earned media is basically you've done something good, somebody else is writing about it, right? So let's assume that Ola launched a campaign about PK Machila in India. So that was campaign where around 31st of last year, New Year, that don't drink and drive, right? And PK Machila campaign got covered on brand equity. So when that got covered in brand equity, right, it is an earned media. Brand equity is writing about Ola, right? Let's assume Social Panga have done my own company, have done some fabulously good work, right? And I get PR, online PR, that somebody speaking about Social Panga in a newspaper, and they see my website and come to the website, see my name and come to the website. I got a traffic. I got a traffic from the own media. Own media, somebody saw a good campaign on my handle. They click on the link and they come to the website. Own media. Paid media is somebody saw a link, somebody saw my sponsored ad, somebody saw something on Google as a first bit in Google Ads, they click and they come to the website. Paid media. So this is very important that when I'm segregating my inbound traffic, I need to make sure that I give a significant amount of push on right media. If 90% of my inbound traffic is coming from paid media, it means that I'm too dependent on money, on dollars. If I don't spend dollars, I don't get. Ideal case should be I should get about 25 to 30% from earned media, about 20% from my own media, or 25% from my own media, 60-40. 30 earned, 30 owned, and 40 paid. So if the paid goes, my 100% traffic is not going, only my 40% traffic is going, right? So to understand every bit of the inbound traffic which is coming to my website, I need to figure out what is the sources of this traffic. Now, when I speak about the website traffic, there are basic pillars, okay, and I categorize in three different pillars. One is social media, right? My multiple channels which I have on social media. I have content marketing, I have search engine marketing. And fourth, I couldn't figure out, but the box was supposed to be there to put the fourth box with have a symmetry, right? So what I'm trying to say here is this: within social media, also I have multiple channels. I'm going to deep dive into it, but within inbound traffic, right? I get three different pillars: social media, content, and search engine marketing. Now, within the content marketing bit, right, there are multiple ways I can get my traffic. My own website content. So let's assume I've not changed my website content for a very long time, for 2 years or 3 years. The content has always have an expiry date. And I've crossed that expiry date, it means that the content is not engaging enough that people are coming to the website. End of the day, content should be engaging enough to make sure that people stay on the website for a longer duration, right? So what happens is, if some, let's take an example of Scoop. Now, when I saw that, hey, Scoop writes good article. If I want to read something interesting, I directly go to Scoop. When I know that Economics Times writes something interesting, right, on business, right, what I do is basically for a business news, I go to Business Times, Economics Times, whatever it is, right? So my website content also drives a set of or a kind of traffic, right? Second bit is a content marketing, which is basically blogs. Now what happens is I write a lot of blogs, right, which doesn't speak about my own business, but I write people who want to read about the industry I am present in. Let's assume I'm selling mobile phones, right? So I write blogs in terms of multiple hacks beyond a mobile phone, right? If I'm running a digital marketing agency, I write blogs in terms of how people can benefit out of digital marketing, right? So that's an indirect way of getting traffic. That's the second way of it, right? So I basically engage with my audience so that they keep on coming to my website again and again, right? Third bit, very, very important, which is kind of an upcoming medium which is coming up recently, is Quora, Medium, and Reddit. Now, what happens is to make people be familiar with this medium. So, Quora is basically a medium where people ask questions, go and respond to it. So, let's assume people have asked questions. Let's assume I'm running a travel website. People have gone and asked that which are the places you should visit when you are in Gangtok, Northeast. Which are the places you visit when you are in Singapore? Now that's the question people have asked. Now what I can do is, if I've written a blog that 10 places to see in Gangtok or 10 places to see in Singapore, right? I can go and respond to that. It's basically a platform, it's a crowdsourcing platform where I put information in people's front of people's eye that hey, go and read about my blog, and they end up clicking on the blog and coming to the website, right? That's the second bit of it. Third, as in, the same happens on Medium and Reddit, right? So basically, you are responding to few questions which is already there and making sure that you get a relevant traffic to the website. Fourth is basically infographics or slideshare. So let's assume that I've prepared a slideshare which speaks about the concept that how's the VC funding or how the startup culture in India. I made a big creative out of it. And at the bottom I'm giving my link. To get more such information, come to the website. So I'm putting something in front of people's mind that hey, please read this information. This is more like a teaser or a trailer. If you want to get more information, come to the website. Okay? That's the fourth bit. Now, other pillars, like I'll pick up other pillars later. Let me first focus on social media, right? On social media, there are multiple channels. You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have LinkedIn, you have Twitter, right? So all these mediums we need to look at in terms of getting a traffic to my website, right? So if I'm putting something on Facebook, I'm putting something on my Facebook handle, it comes under organic. If I'm running sponsored ads, it comes under paid media, right? So now what happens is basically when I'm looking at my analysis, I need to figure out which medium is giving me result depending on the kind of business I operate into. If I am into a fashion brand, right, I need to focus on mediums like Instagram or Pinterest, which gets me traffic. If I am in a B2B business, I'm into IT services, I need to focus on LinkedIn. If I am a brand like an Airtel or Vodafone, more B2C customer service oriented, I need to focus on a brand like or platform like Twitter, right? So what I'm trying to say is that again the fundamental remains the same. Depending upon where my target audience are, if they are on Facebook, if they are on Instagram, if they are on LinkedIn, if they are on Twitter, I need to make sure that I am present with a relevant or right content. So if I'm rolling out a campaign on Facebook, it could be casual, it could be quirky. But if the same communication is going on LinkedIn, it has to be serious business. As simple as that, if not anything else. Right? So social media gets me a lot of traffic depending on the kind of business I operate into. Now, major bit is search engine. Like for me, this is the backbone of website traffic. Why? Because if somebody is searching on Google, I'm looking to buy Nike shoes, I'm looking to buy an umbrella, I'm looking to read more about blockchain, cryptocurrency, I want to get more information about this phone, they have a specific ask, they have a specific requirement, right? And being present on that platform, right? I am making sure that I'm fulfilling this requirement for the people. I'm making sure that if somebody is searching for a relevant query, right, I am giving them the right information, right? As simple as that, if not anything else. Now, within search engine marketing, also you have multiple pillars. You have SEO, you have paid Google ads, you have retargeting, you have GDN, right? So SEO is basically organic result, right? So anybody who is searching on Google, organically some result comes, right? I make sure that I make sure that my results are shown to them, right? If it is paid Google Ads, it comes on the top, right? It comes on the top as written as ad on the same, right? Now, why this is important? To get that initial traction, right? To make sure that initially people search on Google and they get to see my result, it is important to have a good mix of SEO and paid ads, right? Now what happens is this, that gets me an initial push from a perspective of new traffic, right? That gives me an initial push for the new traffic. Now, yeah, so what I was talking about is basically search engine marketing. You have SEO, you have paid Google Ads, you have retargeting and GDN, right? And you're talking about SEO, that's the organic one. You use multiple ways to get a SEO ranking up in terms of my keyword analysis, on-page optimization, off-page optimization. So who's anybody who's searching on Google, they see my ads, they see my results, and they end up coming on my website, right? Versus the paid ads, which means that I put up a Google ads on the top, which ads written on it, right? To make sure that anybody who is searching, my results are shown, and at the same time, right? Whatever the tweaks I need to do is add copy or keyword unless I can do it immediately, and there's no issue out there, right? And the retargeting or remarketing is meant for the website traffic which is coming, right, onto the website, and they go away from the website. I want them to come back again. I use a retargeting. And what is GDN? GDN is basically Google Display Network. So I pick and choose a set of websites which I need to make sure that my ads are shown on that website and people end up coming and looking at my website as an inbound traffic. So let's assume I'm a sports website or I'm selling a sports equipment. So I use sports website, ClickBuzz, ES Crick Info to make sure that uh, uh, relevant traffic come to my website. Now, one thing is clear that I got the traffic, right? I know that I've got the traffic I have got from multiple sources. Now I need to do an analysis in terms of where the traffic has come from, right? I need to figure out where the traffic has come from. So there are multiple tools which is available to the website traffic analysis. I've used something similar, which is known as similar web, right? And using this tool, you can figure out that where all the traffic is coming from. Let's assume, and this is an Amazon traffic. Now, direct. It means people have directly typed amazon.in and then have come back to my website. 36% people have searched on Google and then have come to the website, right? Versus a 41% people have just typed amazon.in. Referral means that I've seen Amazon ad somewhere and then they come to me, right? Like I've seen a Naukri Pay, my social panga ad, and then they come. So basically, it's getting referred from an external sources, right? So I have direct, I have referral, and I have search. Other than that, there are other mediums also which are available, right? Social mail display. So anybody who has come from social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, comes on the Twitter bar, on the social bar, right? At the same time, if somebody is coming from opening an email and then coming, it is coming as mail as a data sources or traffic sources. And if somebody has seen my ad, that comes under display. Now what happens is I can even drill down to level further. I can figure out that when I'm talking about, if you notice, 36% of my traffic is coming from search, right? I can go to the next level and speak about that if it's 30%, 36% is coming from search, what percentage of that 36% is basically organic or what percentage is paid, right? So about 62% has come from organic and about 37% have come from paid. So I can figure it out that is it the organic result or is it the paid one? Now, when I speak about social, there are multiple platforms within social also, right? But again, I know that within the social also, which are the platform? Is it YouTube? Is it Facebook? Is it WhatsApp, web app, Twitter, Quora, whatever it is, right? So I get to know that which all specific platforms is giving me traffic, and I can looking at this bit from a search or the social platform. I can figure it out that within a social which all platform I shall invest into. Moving ahead, if I have something in display advertising, within display, is it YouTube, is it IFCTC, OLX, whatever platform. Again, let's assume my YouTube is getting me a lot more traffic. I can focus only on that specific YouTube, right? When I'm speaking of reference website, if you see, I'm getting a traffic from Amazon.com, My Smart Prices, Daisy Dame, Gadgets Now, Save Money India, right? And that's an incoming traffic. At the same time, people that are seeing on my website, they are going on Prime Video, they're going on Amazon.com, merchants online, there are multiple platforms, right? These are the inbound traffics, right? And this is the outbound traffic. Now, within a website, what all subdomains? So obviously, I have a subdomain. Sellers got about 3%, 2.78, affiliate 0.55, catalog 0.44. IH is obviously as expected, Amazon.in. So what I'm trying to do is that I've done a full end-to-end research or analysis in terms of where the traffic is coming from and where I need to focus upon. So whether it is search, social, display advertising, or referral traffic, right? So there are multiple tools to use, do something like this, as I mentioned to you. Either social media marketing tool to analyze the traffic, the data analytics tool, the reputation tool, and project management tool. Now comes the next question that if I've got a traffic to my website, right, how much shall we invest in SEO and SCPPC, right? That how much money shall I pump in to make sure that I get the best result out of it? So how we figure this out? We use a very basic concept which is known as average order value, right? So once we know how much average order value is, let's assume I buy from Amazon three things: shoes for 10,000 rupees, laptop for 20,000 rupees, and watch for 10,000. So my average order value is 40,000 rupees, right? So I'll tell you how does it works. Just look at the simple bit. So here my average order value is 400 rupees. My profit margin after costs COGS, cost of goods sold, is 180. I need to understand the concept of CLV, right? What is CLV? CLV is customer lifetime value. So let's assume that Amazon have invested 100 rupees to acquire me, right? To basically get me on board, and I have used Amazon thrice, right? Which each ticket size of 2,000 rupees, thrice 2,000, 6,000 rupees is my customer lifetime value. That is CLV, right? That's something which is we need to focus upon. We need to focus upon CLV as the matrix, not anything else, not just the first sales that has happened, right? Why? Because CLV helps me to figure out that if the initial investment is worthy or not, right? So if my CLV is 1200, right, and if I want to invest 10% as a customer acquisition budget, so I need to focus on 1200 cut 10%, that is 120, not the first order. So if I want to get 10 new customers, I end up getting 1200 as a final output. Total budget is 1200, and if I have spent, right, 400 is the order value. Let's do the basic calculation. 400 into 10 is 4,000. Total budget is basically my spend is 1200, so I'm getting it 23%, 233% off. Whopping profitability. That's a huge number, right? So, but the very basic question when I'm trying a website traffic, right, I need to ask is how established my brand is. If I'm selling a Nike, I'm selling an Apple versus I'm selling a Micromax. Differences obviously Nike and Apple get a little bit more traffic versus anything else, right? How much organic traffic you get on a regular basis, but that helps me to check the performance of my SEO. How highly you rank your traffic. The better the ranking, and if people are searching for that specific keyword, you get the traffic. And obviously, I mentioned to you that I don't have the four seasons. I just mentioned let's make the symmetry. Driving an ROI from my SEO, right? Avoid the transaction keyword. Look at more information words. Non-branded keywords, quality. So if somebody is searching for Nike, obviously they come to the website. They intend to come to the website. So I need to focus on non-branded keywords. I need to focus on buy Nike shoes. I need to focus on buy phone, not buy iPhone. That's the difference. How highly your keywords rank your keywords, as I mentioned to you, the better the ranking, the more the traffic. Next question comes when looking at the traffic that when I'm speaking about SEO versus PPC. So shall I stop doing my SEO or PPC vice versa? I always say the lethal combination is to have a combination. The lethal weapon is to have the combination of both. And I'll give you a small example. So when I was running only the SEO, I'm not running the PPC. I was getting about 12,000 clicks, right? My cost per paid click is obviously zero. My conversion rate is somebody buying it 3.2%. I got about 386 conversion and a revenue of 2606, right? On average. Now what I did is I also invested in PPC. I got about 4,000 clicks. Total clicks is 15,000. Cost per paid click is 3422 because it's less than $1. I got a conversion rate for 3.145. I got a conversion number of 5.9, 3742. So I made about 3,000, 34,000 profit, which is more than this. Right? So look at the bigger picture, look at the end goal. Don't look at the short terms. Short terms looks scary. Bigger and long term looks a little more engaging and interesting. Right? Supplementing with your SEO and really helps you to increase the traffic by 30%. SEM leads to better brand recognition. SEO plus PPC is a clear winner. Fourth, I didn't have a symmetry, so I put it across. Right? So this is something which I want to focus upon. So let's assume that I'm getting a traffic of 1,000, about 80% coming from paid ads, 20% coming from organic at the initial of 2018 year. At the end of the year, I still want to get 1,000 traffic from my website, but vice versa. I want to decrease my paid spend and at the same time through organic want to increase it. That's the performance indicator which should be given to your search marketing team. This is something when you figure out the analysis ROI, return on investment as an attribution, it's the biggest challenge, trust me, right? I don't know where my traffic is coming from. Is it from e-commerce? Is it from, so let's assume that where should I invest money to get traffic? You post a link on your product page, about 3,500 people visit the product page through that link, right? Out of the 250 people register for the free trial version, and about 115 people bought an upgrade from a trial version, and total directly buy from 17 people buy from the first visit, and total 51 bought the product. So how will you attribute that where the traffic has come from, right? What has clicked within the Facebook and invest, right? And that's part of the getting inbound traffic. That's a challenge because if you don't know the source, you don't know the reason, you don't invest right manner, right? Like let's take an example. If you see 38 tweets by people looking for a web design, you respond to all of them, 7 people interact with you. Further details, you close a worth of 7.5k within 3 months. If you're responding on Twitter, gets you traffic, gets you business, nothing better than that. That's what I was talking about in social media sources. CRM, if you got a negative tweet, you interact with the customer, you give your link of the website, you get your traffic. That's again an unbroken chain of event, but gets your traffic, gets your business. So the 3 things, as I mentioned to you, broken chain, missing matrices, and mixed influence, right? Broken chain, I've given an example. in terms of somebody posting on Facebook. Missing metrics, I don't know if whom I'm served and how I got it, right? And misinfluence is 10 different things, right? So you promote your Facebook product on LinkedIn, you use a blog post, you something on Twitter, you got a business account, you go.
Thank you so much, Mr. Himanshu.